In this video, I'll be discussing how I was able to get my 10 years green card through my nursing jobs within 1 year. I'll be talking about the step-by-step process of what is needed from you for the green card application, but also I'll be sharing my timeline. So from the date we first sent the application to the immigration to when the immigration replied to us and when I was able to get my green card. I'll also disclose exactly how much I paid the lawyer. So everything, every step we will be sharing this video. If you are interested about watching, make sure you stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Gail. I'm a registered nurse, a family nurse practitioner, but also a nurse educator based in the US. In this channel, I talk all things nursing and more. So just a background about myself. I am from the Democratic Republic of Congo. I came to the US for the study purposes. Once I got my bachelor degree, I decided to go back on my master and my doctorate, but you won't need all this degree in order for you to get a 10 years green card. Okay? The only thing that was required for me was my bachelor degree in nursing. So my visa was the EB3 visa and skilled worker. And skilled because I had less than 2 years of experience. So literally they didn't need any of my experience to give me my 10 years green card. So just to start, I wanted to clarify that. So once I got my bachelor degree, as I was doing my master degree, one of my friends told me about this company that sponsored international students. So I went ahead and applied for the company because at the time I needed sponsorship. I was still on the F1 visa and I wanted to transition to the green card as soon as possible. So my friends told me about the company that was hiring nurses and possibly sponsoring them. On November 25th, 2020, I applied for this particular registered nurse position. It was entry level, no experience was required whatsoever. And then I got contacted the same day by the lawyer of the company, requesting the following document for me. I'm going to read off the computer so I don't miss anything. The lawyer asked for my US Social Security number, if any. So at the time, it wasn't even necessary to have it. Place of last arrival in the US, so the airport where I first landed when I came to the US. My address history for the past 5 years, last address outside of the United States, my employment history for the last 5 years, last employment outside of the United States, if any, if I was married to provide my spouse name and my children's name if I had any kid. At the time, I wasn't married and I didn't have any kid. If I've previously filed for I-765, which is an employment document card. If I filed for the federal tax return the previous year, so 2019. My high school information, they wanted the school name and the date of attendance, list of assets, so bank accounts, retirement or educational funds, anything like that, list of all liabilities. They asked me if I currently had a health insurance, and I think that one was because back in the day, the immigration were very strict about that. I think it was because of COVID, but right now I don't think it's necessary anymore to like have a health insurance. But it's always good to have one if you have. So most of the stuff they sent me, it was a way for the company to get to know who I was before they even put the name in the application filing for me for 10 years green card. So everything happened on November 25th. They included the form G28. That one is for the lawyer. I just have to sign it. So pretty much it just say that you use a lawyer during this process. They also included the form G325A, and they also include the form G1145. So G1145, and that's just a form that the employer requested to receive the notification electronically. The form I-131, which is a travel document. They included the form I-485, which is the application for the adjustment of status. They included the form 765, which is the employment authorization form. Form I-944, that one is a declaration of self-sufficiency. So that one pretty much said that I don't receive any help from the government. I'm able to take care of myself through my employment. So I received all this on November 25th. The first day I applied for the job in the morning. In the evening, I got this email with everything. Obviously, the email was loaded with a lot of forms that I needed to go through. So I wasn't able to reply the same day because I just wanted to be careful and just double check everything. Then on November 30th, I worked on all the form and I was ready to email them back. Mind you, those forms need to be printed and signed with your hands, not electronically. So it kind of take extra time. About 5 days later, I was able to complete everything and I sent everything back to the lawyer. So once I completed and signed all the documents, they requested 1,225 US dollar. And that was the filing fee for I-485 back in the day in 2020. I'm not sure how much it is right now. And I also share the lawyer cost with my job. So I pay 700 toward the lawyer and the job also paid the lawyer 700. And beside the 700, because I wanted the petition form I-140 to be filed premium, like premium process, I had to pay 2,500 US dollar when I mail everything to the lawyer so we can file everything together. So we filed the petition I-140 and 485. And they also asked for two copy of my passport photo. So in total, to get my green card, I paid $4,425 for the entire process. So again, 2,500 was for the premium process for my I-140, which is the petition form. The Form I-485 can now be processed premium. So even though we send them together, only the petition form was filed premium. And 700 was for the lawyer fee, and 1,225 was the filing fee for the Form I-485. So I sent everything to the lawyer December 2nd, 2020, and the immigration received my file on December 16th, 2020. On December 21st, 2020, literally 2 days later, my petition was approved. Mind you, when you file premium, they guarantee that they will process everything within the 7 days period, if I'm not mistaken. So if they don't respond to you whether or not your petition was approved within the 7 days period, they have to give the money back. So I wanted this process to be fast. I wanted to know right away. So that's why I went ahead and I paid the extra fee. But you don't have to pay the extra fee and save yourself $2,500. And just a disclaimer, these fees was from 2020. So 4 years ago. I have no idea how it's changed through the years. All right, so moving on. December 21st, my petition was approved. I was happy and I was just ready to move on to the next process. I wanted to point out an important fact here. When they filed for my green card, I wasn't working for the employer yet. So I was getting ready to start working, but I wasn't working for them. So they can file for you without you physically working for the employer. On March 8th, I received a letter from the immigration requesting for my fingerprint. The fingerprint was done a month later on April 1st. And on April 8th, 2021, I received the approval notice for my employment card. Because we also applied for the travel document, the employment authorization card came as a combo card, including the travel documents. So my travel documents and my employment document were both approved on April 8th, 2021. And I started working for my employer then. If you look at my timeline, everything was sent to the immigration on December 16th, but I started working for them on April. So almost, yeah, 4 months, 4 months, but everything was already processed. My petition was already approved. So just FYI, you do not have to worry about working for the employer. They'll send everything, and once you have your employment card, then you can start working for them. On May the 10th of 2021, my lawyer requested my pay stub just so he can have it in file in case the immigration will ask for any proof of employment. August 10 of 2021, the immigration sent us a letter requesting evidence. And when we received the notice, we found out that the immigration was requesting a proof of medical examination and vaccination record. And just to open a parenthesis, some submit the file with these documents already. But for some reason, this lawyer didn't request it back then. So I was kind of pissed because we could have saved time and he chose to wait and file without it. And I understand him because the medical examination form is only valid for a year, I believe, and you have no control over how long the immigration will take before asking you about this document. So if they ask about it in 2023, for instance, if your case is still pending and you did it in 2021, you have to pay the money again and have it redone. At least that's how it was back in the days. To avoid me spending money, the lawyer chose to wait until we receive the request from the immigration. Again, on August the 10th of 2021, the immigration requested that document. On August 24th, 2021, I went ahead and had my medical examination done and I retrieved a copy of my vaccination record. On the same day, I sent everything back to the USCIS directly. We didn't hear anything else that year from the immigration. Now comes the year of 2022. On February 7th of 2022, I got a notification that my application for the adjustment of status I-485 was approved. And that day, I was finally a permanent resident of the United States of America. I was I was so happy. I was so relieved because everybody that went through the process knows how it can be. Literally, your entire life is on the USCIS website, checking everything, checking for every single notification. It was a relief for me when I got the notification that my petition, actually, the notification said card being produced. I was so happy. I remember it was at 1 p.m. when I received the notification that my petition was approved. I also wanted to emphasize on the fact that throughout the entire process, I didn't leave the country. I could because I had my travel document, but I chose not to. And my lawyer was also against it just because if the immigration needed me for anything, my lawyer wanted me to be there to answer any question. I will be talking more about the immigration process. If you are a foreign nurse wanting to come to the US, I can also share the list of agencies that sponsor nurses. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you subscribe and like this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.